Hello and welcome to day 8 of lockdown boot camp. I hope we're all still well and managing to smile and stay happy. Over the last few days we spoke a little bit about the emotions, where they're held in the body, and nutrition that will affect or bring out the best in each emotion or each organ within that body. So I want to move on from there today and talk a little bit about immunity. Okay, immunity is defined as a state of resistance of an organism to invading biotic and abiotic pathogens and their harmful effects that prevent the development of infections and maintains organism integrity by counteracting, neutralizing, and clearing pathogens. Okay. So just on your immune system is your responsibility. It really is. So, it's time we stop giving our responsibility away for our health to, doctors are fantastic, please don't get me wrong. But to think that people like Bill Gates will save us, I think we need to actually still look a lot closer to home, and that's with ourselves. And we need to look after ourselves and our own immunity. It is our responsibility. Please stop giving it away. You can manage it, whether it's in a good shape or a bad shape. You can improve it, okay? So it's easily done. What you have to remember is that your immunity is the key to your good health, and it really is where we get our ability to live, to thrive, to actually get the best out of life. And it is, I cannot stress this enough, it is your responsibility, okay? Your immune system is supported by your diet, and going back to one of the first things we said, what seems like weeks ago at this stage, is that your diet is everything. It's what you consume, it's the food, it's what you watch on television, it's what you read, it's what you listen to, it's your gossip, it's who you interact with, it's your social media, it's everything, and that is your diet. Okay, so if you improve your lifestyle, you improve your diet, and just a general sense of well-being will prevail. Okay, so over the next few days we will talk about what are immune boosting foods. So before we get into that, let's just give out some tips on what else can help with our immunity. Remember guys, most of our conversations that we have in this world is with ourselves, so it is really a good thing to do to start having good positive conversations with ourselves, and always try and look at the bright side of the bright side of things, but try and get self-talk very positive. Positive thinking is key. Okay, become creative, especially in this time when tools are down and we are looking for things to do. Become creative. Okay, learn to play an instrument, learn how to cook, learn to paint. You don't have to go out anymore. Well, you can't go out anymore, but you can kind of do and become creative within yourself. And again, creativity is held in the kidneys, and kidneys are also the house of fear. So you will, we live in a lot of fear these days about where the world is going and what's it going to be like after we come out of lockdown. So come out a creative, happy, healthy person, please. You can do things like meditate, fantastic. But I think one of the most important things you'll ever do is acceptance. Just stop resisting life, okay? Just go with the flow. Accept that if one door closes, another door will open. All of those type of little things that you can kind of use to make yourself feel better. But acceptance is key, because when you go with the flow, you're just in the flow. Okay, simple as. Okay, so over the next few days we'll talk more about nutrition and what it is. But kind of just from today's point of view, okay, the tips I can give you from nutrition's point of view is get back to nature. Go as close to what nature gave us as food as possible, okay? Energy is food. You are energy, okay? So kind of make sure that you try and get your food into your fruit and vegetables, obviously, as raw as possible. Keep the vibration up, keep the frequency up, help boost your own immune system. Introduce an awful lot of fibre and roughage, either through psyllium husks or aloe vera. There's many ways of getting fibre into your system. So just make sure cleansing is as important as what we consume. So make sure we're clearing as well. Okay, and over the next few days that maybe you can spend time learning about nutrition. It's relatively easy. There's a couple different types. There's carbohydrates, there's proteins, there's fats. Protein is probably the most important of all nutrients, so good quality protein is very important. And try and avoid processed foods as much as possible, okay? Processed foods have no energy, and again it comes down to the fact that we are energy. We need a vibrance, we need a frequency, okay? So the more more processing the food goes through, the more stages of processing that we go through, the less frequency or less energy is in that food. So very, very highly processed foods have very, very, very little energy. Okay, so you know, the last thing in that, the longer the shelf life, the less the energy. So try and get energy boosting immune foods into you. Lots of color, close to nature, and plenty of water. And we'll talk more tomorrow. Okay, cheers.